Thank you, Sam. I want you to picture a scene. Gosport are 3-2 up in their match. They're winning, the players are excited, the home crowd is cheering. This could be the moment that Gosport bring it all the way home. It's the last 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Gosport have won. And the crowd are going wild. But this isn't a game that's played on a pitch, or in a court, or in a stadium. This is a game that's played on a computer screen. And students are competing in this game all around the country. But here in Gosport, our students have become a beacon of light for all of those around the world. This is a sport that has no limits, no exclusions, and you'll never hear anyone say, no, you can't join in. This is a sport where everyone can play, regardless of age, gender, ability. Everyone can take part. There's no separate leagues, no separate divisions. Everyone is united. It's competitive, player versus player computer gaming. And it's separate from the traditional couch co-op games that you may be familiar with, or sofa games that you normally play at home, play online with friends. It's completely different to that. It's driven by different skill sets that are required in all walks of life. It requires dedication, hard work, and communication skills to succeed. What I'm talking about is esports. Esports not only is different from traditional gaming, but it allows students to develop the skills of the future. In 2024, a future skills report suggested that the workforce of tomorrow are going to need teamwork, decision-making, critical thinking, leadership skills. All of these aspects can be found in one match of esports. All of these skills can be developed by playing computer games. In one match, you may have one team that is discussing their comms and their strategies in an exceptional manner. Something that you wouldn't normally see every day. Now, traditional sports often have to adapt their games to suit the players. We may have wheelchair basketball, walking football, or separate women's leagues. But still, people are separated. Still, people have to play in those distinct leagues, those distinct competitions. Esports is different. Esport unites players. It allows, because of technology, for players to compete with able-bodied friends, peers. It enables people to play regardless of whether they're female, male, however they choose to identify. And it truly levels the playing field. It gives everyone a chance to compete and have that thrill of winning a competition, going off and celebrating with their peers. In 2019, Gosport started their esports journey in an FE college by creating a lunchtime gaming club. That lunchtime gaming club enabled students to come from all walks of life and just have that shared passion, that shared engagement through video games. A really simple concept, but a really powerful one too. And one student in particular didn't want to play a video game, didn't want to play with their peers, instead was watching something online, that same video game that they could play. And when I asked why they were watching a video game being played instead of playing it, their response to me was, well, why do you watch football when you can go and play? That really resonated with me. That really stuck with me. And so we discovered more. And we discovered the British Esports Student Championships, a way for students to play against other colleges, other schools all across the country. And from there, we went on to be unbeaten in our first season, something I'm really proud of, especially because it was our first time getting students together to play these games. But it wasn't the winning that was the most important part for us. It was the fact that we had a huge array of characters within that team. Players of mixed ability, mixed ages, mixed genders, all competing and all having fun together. We also discovered that actually it would benefit students more than just allowing them a pastime, allowing them to compete in a competitive environment. Students that have educational healthcare plans, or EHCPs for short, could tick off a lot of their targets just by playing in a match. A student who perhaps doesn't usually work with a group would be able to work with a team each week, discuss comms, discuss strategies, tactics, how they were going to overthrow the other team. And he did. One student in particular here, Jack, came to us. And he was at first very shy, very kept to himself. Didn't really want to mingle with anyone. Didn't really want to, talk to anyone. But eventually he plucked up the courage to come and join our gaming club. And from there, his esports journey began. He started to make friends, and he started to play in these competitions. And not only did he start opening up and talking to other people, he started to open up and talk more in class as well. So from gaming to now engaging in the classroom activities, this was a huge improvement. Jack also went on to put Gosport on the map, becoming part of a documentary series, promoting Gosport at the national stages in London, in Williams F1 HQ, even standing up on stage, similar to what I'm doing, and talking to a whole room of strangers. This from a student who, a year ago, didn't say anything to his peers, didn't want to talk about anything in class, to now talking to a room full of strangers. And it moved just further beyond from the actual classroom walls. He represented us on stage, playing in competitive games, bringing home trophies for Gosport, making sure Gosport went on the map. And it's not just Jack who has also put us on the map, but we've had lots of gamers to graduates in the past, including Kieran, who came to us from 18 miles away to get his education because he loved the things that we were doing here in Gosport. He loved what we were doing, and he was really invested in this. So he turned up for his esports education and is now supporting others, getting them into esports, trying to help them see how esports can be beneficial for those with limited mobility, for those with autism and different disabilities, some hidden. And Rosie, who was our first female advocate in Gosport, who has gone on to now study in university, but before coming to us, suffered with depression, heightened anxiety, and a lot of the time just felt there was no escape, no way to be herself. I'm proud to stand here today and say Gosport is leading the way. Not only are we producing so many great graduates from our gamers, but we're also leading the way in terms of the qualifications we are offering. We're putting Gosport on the map by offering these esports qualifications, showing that esports has a place in the wider community, not just in education, but also in the community outside. This is what esports offers. It supports not only our youngsters, but it can support an array of ages. We're the first to offer the BTEC Level 3 here on the South Coast. And we were the first to appear in an esports video created by Dell Technologies to show the impact that esports is having globally, but starting here in Gosport. So I want to pose something to you now. What would our communities look like if we included the same rules, the same inclusivity that esports has to offer, how much better would our communities look like if we used what esports is doing now, but in the wider community? Not just in education, but everywhere. I think it's time to change the game and not the player. Thank you.